WM, so I want to move to EWM.
Yes, because SAP is going to migrate, transition from WM to EWM. They will stop providing the WM support by the end of 2025, and the organizations will have no option but to migrate to EWM. And you guys are based out of India, right? Or outside?
India. Myself, India. I am based out of India.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from India.
Okay, so let me share my screen and we will have a quick present. So, Zahid, can you please provide me the presenting rights?
Yes. Addition.
Yes, Zahid. Yes, host has disabled participant screen sharing. Can you please make
Okay.
Okay, so let me know once you are able to see my screen. Hello.
Yes, I can
Yes.
see it.
I can see.
Okay. Okay. So now the first thing is why EWM? SAP already has an WM application. Then what was the need to go into EWM? The reason is that for a very complex warehouses, right, where the structure is complex and you have the fast moving products, there are several functionalities, several processes which are not supported in SAP WM, right? And EWM is a solution for all those processes. So one such process could be yard management. In case you have 5 trucks coming in your warehouse and you have only 3 doors available where the truck can come and do unloading or loading. So that functionality is not there in standard WM, but you have it in EWM. So other than this, you have several 15 to 20 such functionalities which SAP EWM supports, but WM you need to go for the development. So for the warehouse management point of view, these are the SAP current offerings. As you are already experienced, you know that earlier the WM used to come in a separate box. Then we have a centralized WM, right? Then in SAP R3 we had ECC and EWM coming in a separate system, and then with the S4 HANA, SAP EWM is coming in the centralized version with your S4 system only. That is ERP and EWM embedded in one box. Now this is the basic organization process. As you, if we talk about say example of a dairy company like Nestle or Amul, you have the raw material which is milk. So you receive the milk in the staging area, and from there you move it into the warehouse. You issue the milk for the production consumption, and you do the production of cheese products, and you move the cheese product in your finished goods warehouse, from where you will ship it to the customer. So that is the end-to-end supply chain process, right? In case you don't have WM or EWM, then you manage this inventory in the storage location. You receive the milk, you manage in the raw material storage location created for the raw material, and then you withdraw it for the production. You do the production receipt, and then the cheese products you manage in the storage location, which is for the finished product. But in case you have the WM implemented, then the plant and storage location combination will be linked to your warehouse number. And in case you have EWM implemented, then the warehouse number, say that is a regular WM E00, is linked to your EWM warehouse number E100. So if you have implemented WM, then you will be doing all the configurations in E00. If you have done EWM, then you will be doing the configuration in E100, and WM is just as a bridge between ERP and EWM. And this is my organization structure. So when I have the WM or EWM, then we have this organization structure for the warehouse. You have the storage type, storage section, bin. And the bin is the last spot where your product is stored. And the quant is just the characteristics of the material. That is in the WM as well as EWM. The additional thing in EWM is the activity area. The activity area is grouping of the bins based on the activities which you are going to perform in the warehouse. So, any questions so far?
Yes, I have a question. We are having EWMs, right? The type of EWM, centralized EWM and embedded EWM. So what
Yes.
are those actually?
Sorry, I cannot hear you properly.
We are having a centralized EWM and decentralized EWM, embedded EWM, embedded decentralized EWM.
Yes.
What are those? Those are types of in EWM or
No,
what are
so
those?
now you have the system, right? You have the SAP system, and that is for in case of non-S4, you have one system where you have your core modules, right? Like MM, ST, PP, finance, correct? But
Yes.
for the other modules, say EWM, TM, right? Success factor, HR modules, you need to have a separate system. So you need to
Yes.
buy it from SAP, that separate module. These are the niche modules. Right. So earlier in the R3 non-export, EWM used to come in a separate box. So you have the integration with the EWM uh, because you have two systems. One ERP system, that is your regular system in which you have the core modules, and then you have another system which is EWM system. So your inbound delivery goes to the EWM system and you do the good receipt there. Similarly, your outbound delivery goes in another system, that is EWM, and you do the PGI there. That is called as a decentralized. You have separate box for the EWM. But in the S4 system, S4 HANA, you have EWM coming in the same box. You have only one system in which you have your core modules and you have your EWM. So is it clear now?
Yes, it is clear. In S4, it is called as centralized EWM.
Yes. Okay,
Then
that
what
is
is
the central system which has all the modules. Decentralized means EWM is separate from your core modules. System point of view.
okay? Our EC 6.0 version, that is a decentralized one.
That is true.
Okay. Then embedded EWM.
So after 1609, you have EWM embedded in S4 HANA.
Okay.
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 So if you open that R3 system, you will not see the EWM configuration mode, but you open the S4 HANA system, you will see EWM in the configuration.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, now you have this warehouse structure. You can see that you have the trucks coming in that you called as a trailer, and the truck will be standing at the door, and from there it will unload the products in the staging area. In the simplest process, you will move it from the staging area to the bins. Right? When you do it in the WM, you have the good receipt done, and the stock will be lying in your Integrum storage. From the when you create the transfer order, you move it from your staging area, that is Integrum storage, to your warehouse bins based on your whatever status. Similarly, in the EWM, you have the warehouse task. In the simplest process, you move it from your 9010, that is a storage type, to your 0050, that is your warehouse storage type, and you have a bin inside. Okay, but in case, I mean, the process is not always straightforward. it may happen that you have received two products in one handling unit. Say one cartoon, you have received two products, and based on your put away strategy, both the two products should go into a separate bin. So that requires you to break the handling unit into two small handling units. Each contains one product. So for that, you need to take the big handling unit into the workstation, where you will be doing the splitting, that is called as the deconsolidation, and then moving the product in your fixed bins. And similarly for the outbound, in case you have a special customer requirement for packing, then you move the finished product in the packing workstation, you do the packing and then move it in the staging area and then load it in a truck which is standing at the outbound door. Okay, any questions? So this process, that is called as a process-oriented storage control, where you are moving it from your staging area to the workstation. You will be doing the additional activities in the workstation and then moving it into the bin. This is called as a process-oriented storage control for inbound, and on the right side you have outbound. So this process, this functionality is not there in WM. Okay, and then you have the yard management, where you have a big yard. In the yard, you have multiple trucks coming in, and then you have few doors. So how you are going to manage it? 5 trucks are coming, and you have 3 doors. Which truck should go to the door, and which truck should be waiting outside in the parking area? So that truck movement will be managed in the yard management, which is also the part of your EWM. Okay, and then we have the different building blocks. This you already know. We have the storage type, which is the division of your warehouse. You divide your warehouse into different say subdivision, logical or physical, and that you call as a different storage type. And then you have the storage section, which is the subdivision of your storage type. So if you have not worked on the WM, then you might not be aware of this terminology, but in case you have already worked with the WM, then you already know what the storage type, section, and bins are. So in case you want me to explain this, let me know. Otherwise, we can proceed further.
Yes, please. I'm not from a WM background.
Okay, so what will happen? You can see here. Okay, this is my warehouse. Okay, in case I don't have WM, then my inventory will be stored in my storage location. But just imagine that you are in an automobile company, right? In the automobile, you have 2 categories of vehicle, one more than 1600 cc and other one less than 1600 cc. So what you will do, you would prefer to have 2 parking structures. In one parking structure, you will put your vehicles which are more than 1600, and in other parking structure, you will put your vehicles which are less than 1600 cc. So those 2 parking structures are called as 2 different storage types. That is a division of your warehouse. And then in each parking, you have 5 levels. Say multi-level parking, you have 5 floors. On first floor, you are storing say Alto. On second floor, you are storing Wagoner. On third floor, you are storing another vehicle which are less than 1600 cc. And similarly, on the right side, more than 1600, you will be having 5 levels, and each level you have a Creta or Baleno like that, which are more than 1600. So each level will be called as your storage section. And then a place, exact parking spot where your product is stored is called as a storage bin. So for the customer requirement, in case of outbound, the system will direct you to an exact spot from where you need to pick your product. Okay, so if you are shipping say Baleno to your customer, then system will direct you to go to this warehouse this storage type, this storage section, and this storage bin. The picker will directly go into that spot and he will pick the product and ship it to the customer. Okay.
Okay. Then what is this quant? What?
The quant is just the characteristics of the material. So when you do the outbound, you have the first in, first out, last in, first out, right? How the system
Yes.
knows that this is my first in and I need to remove it first based on the quant. The quant contains, that is the good receipt date. Okay, the system automatically generates the quant based on your put away. When you receive the product, the quant number gets generated, and when you receive the product with different characteristics or going or different dates, then it will generate another quant.
Okay.
Okay, so this we have already discussed, and then we have the staging area from where you unload or load the product into the truck. So you have an option to link your door and the staging area, so that when truck comes to the door 1, the truck can only unload in the staging bay 1. If the truck is coming to the door 2, then truck can unload in bay 1 or bay 2. So that is the additional functionalities in case you always want to load or unload from the staging area. Then in that case, you can link the door, and based on that, it will automatically determine in your inbound delivery or outbound delivery. Okay. And then you have the work center. Sorry. So where you are going to perform the additional activities. Other than picking and put away, we have seen the additional activities in this slide. This one, deconsolidation 8010 or packing 8020. This you will be doing in the workstation. And then again, you have the structure for the work center. For the work center as well, you have the storage type, section, and bin. It looks like the meeting is going to end. Before that, let us see the inbound process. When you create the inbound process, you have the purchase order in the ERP and inbound delivery. In the non-S4 system, you have the inbound delivery notification in the EWM as well as the inbound delivery. But in the S4, the inbound delivery notification is no more there. The inbound delivery in ERP will create the inbound delivery in EWM. So this is not the same inbound delivery. Here you have the ERP specific parameters, and here you have the EWM specific parameters. Okay.
Okay.
And with reference to inbound delivery, you can create your warehouse task and you can confirm the warehouse task so that the put away will be done. And in WM, you create the transfer order and do the put away. In EWM, you create a warehouse task and do the put away. And similarly for the outbound, you have sales order and outbound delivery, which creates the outbound delivery order in EWM. This outbound delivery request is no more there in S/4HANA. Okay, now what is warehouse task? The warehouse task contains your information on your source, storage area, and destination storage area.
I have a question. Why we need inbound delivery notification?
Sorry?
Why we need inbound delivery notification?
No, we don't have the inbound delivery notification in S/4HANA.
It's not there. Huh?
No, it is not there. That's why it
Okay.
is highlighted. And
Yeah,
even
that's fine. Okay. So I didn't know that. Sorry, but you highlighted it. Okay.
okay, even for the outbound process, we don't have the outbound delivery request. But in case you come across a system in which this is non-HANA system, then you will see this notification and request.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and then you have the warehouse task, which you create with reference to inbound delivery or outbound delivery, and that contains what to move, where to move, from where to withdraw, and how many quantities. That is your warehouse task. In the inbound, it contains your good receiving area as a source and the destination storage type as your destination, that is the warehouse storage type and bin. And in case of outbound, you have the stock removal strategy, which determines your goods issue area, that is a source storage type, and then the destination will be your staging area. And then the warehouse order is the new concept in EWM, that is work package for an employee, warehouse employee. That means each warehouse task will have a warehouse order, and the warehouse order will be assigned to a warehouse employee. So the employee is responsible to execute all the warehouse tasks which are linked to the order. Okay, if I am assigning the warehouse order number 1 to an employee, say 1A, then the A employee is responsible to execute to move the product from source to destination, which are there in the warehouse task. For the second warehouse order, the employee B, he will be performing 2 warehouse tasks. He will take one pallet, put it in the destination, then take another pallet and put it in the destination. Okay, so these are the ERP and EWM data transfer methods. Again, the SIF, that is the core interface, is no more there in S4HANA. It was there in the non-HANA system, that is R3 system. And then you have the distribution model, which is for the transactional data posting. So in the ERP, you have a movement type, and in EWM, we have a warehouse process type. So when you create the inbound delivery in ERP, it has the movement type of 101, and in EWM, it has the warehouse process type of 1010. So for every goods movement in EWM, you need to have the warehouse process type. That is the kind of movement typing we have been seeing so far in ERP and in MM, WM, and everywhere. Okay, and then you have the packaging specification. It is about how you are going to pack the product. So in case you have 10 units, say 10 bottles packed in a small cartoon, and then 5 cartoons packed in a big pallet. So how the system is going to pack this automatically? That will be controlled by the packaging specification. So this is just a demo PPT, and when we will be doing the course, then we will be covering just the latest course structure. Because we are going to do the training in S4HANA in case you wanted to proceed further. And we will be getting either 1909 or 2020 server, where we will be setting up a new warehouse that will be the brand new. And then we will do the integration with the ERP. And we are going to create all the structural elements, all the configurations. We will be doing the packaging specification, that is warehouse process type. We will be doing without HU and with HU both, the goods receipt process and goods issue process. Then you have the exception handling. That is again the new thing in EWM, which is not there in any of the previous application. Then you have the two-step picking in the EWM. And we have the process-oriented storage control, layout-oriented storage control. Again, these are the new things in EWM and not available in the regular WM. Then you have the warehouse order creation rules, how you want to create the warehouse order, and like we have seen that one warehouse order contains one task or two tasks, how the system is going to control that. So most of these are not there in EWM. In WM, so even if you don't know the WM, it is not a showstopper, and you are good to get directly into EWM. Okay, then replenishment, physical inventory in the EWM, it offers several new functionalities and features which are not there in your MI01 and LI01 MMWM. Then you have the post-processing framework, again, a very brand new in EWM. It is not there in WM and any other application. Then we will do the wave management. Then yard management, it is again the new thing. We will do the RF. Again, the RFID is there in WM, but it is mostly customized. We need to develop. In EWM, it offers several functionalities in the standard only. And it is more advanced, very much advanced as compared to your WM. Then you have the cross-talking. So this will be the course content. So let me know in case you have any questions.
Can we implement EWM without WM?
Yeah, of course.
Is there any dependency or
No.
prerequisites?
There is no dependency, and you can either go with WM or EWM, not both. Only one of it.
Okay. And also directly can we go into EWM without having any basic knowledge on WM?
Yes, because in EWM, once you get into the course with the EWM, everything you are going to learn, and you need to unlearn WM to get into EWM. If you already know the WM, you simply know about the warehouse structure and how it works in the warehouse, and that won't take a time for you to get that in the EWM.
Okay.
Because now SAP is going to sunset the WM application. So there is no point, if you don't know the WM, then there is no point to learn the WM to get into EWM. From MM or from ST, you can directly get into EWM if you want to learn warehouse management.
Okay, fine. Got it.
So any further questions? I mean, I wanted to show you in the system as well, but looks like the system, the server was down long time due to that network connectivity. Otherwise, I could have shown you the system, the basic functionalities inbound and outbound at least.
What is the duration?
It will be 35 to 40 hours, or you can say 40 hours plus minus 5, based on your comfort level and your involvement, your participation.
And this you will cover standard scenarios and see basically the key is the icons. See, there are a lot of icons in EWM in comparison with ECC. Like you said, inbound delivery and all those things, because there are so many fields and so many icons. So you'll be covering the standard correct, because if I go to SAP outbound delivery, okay, so and if I go to ECC outbound delivery and EWM, they are quite completely different. Okay,
that is true. So you have the different transactions, right?
Yeah, different transaction, and there are so many tabs. There are so many tabs, and see, it's everything cannot be thought. I know it's all based on experience and client requirement and everything. But the most common features will be covered, because see, it's all about finding the right icons. Okay,
that is true. So what we will do, we will create a new warehouse. We are not going to use any existing warehouse. We will create a new warehouse, and we will post the transaction data. So it will whatever see, if we have done the good receipt, we have created inbound delivery good receipt. That will be the first which we are going to post in our warehouse.
That's fine. What I'm talking is that, see, when you go to inbound delivery, there will be a lot of tabs. Okay. So just give a brief overview of some tabs, like that's what I see. It doesn't matter which warehouse we are using, its tabs are same. Tabs will be same. See, if I'll give you an example. If I go to outbound delivery, then you will have header and item data. And in the header, I will see different fields. Item level, I'll have different fields.
Yes,
So most important fields, if we can see icons. See, now if you talk me about WM, I mean, I know in and out. I know which transaction to go, where I can which icons to click, which tab I can find the information, because that comes on based on experience and usage. So in EWM, if I create inbound delivery and if user asks me something, where is this information? Then
yeah, that is true.
since
That is true. It is very confusing, and the WM is like our regular MM. We can see the same type of screens, right? But in EWM it is totally different.
Yeah.
So
the key
are different. The tables are different.
Exactly.
Even the layout is different.
Exactly. So what I would expect is to focus more on that. Yeah, configuration is definitely, that's one part. We have to learn configuration. The second part also, it would be great if you can, since you are worked more than 7 years, I think you said some 7+ years.
Yes.
So you might have dealt with so many users asking different informations, different so if you can share, if you can cover that part, that will be great, because end of the day you work, implementation is not every day you work.
Yeah, that is
You'll
true.
have to do some support job, and the user will come with a lot of questions. See, every user is different.
That is true. Yeah.
Some
So even
guy will
even when you go to the user and the user is new in EWM, he will ask you the same question what you are asking. Where I can see the WPT, what is WPT, where I can see the document flow, and it will be very difficult for a newcomer to just locate the information in your inbound delivery.
Yeah. So
And then the activity area.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
so the focus will also be on that part also, or just configuration and running the scenarios. That's what
No, I mean, we will be
Got my
touching
point.
configuration, and then we will be touching each and every field. I mean, not each and every field, but most of the
Yeah, I
fields
know.
which are used in the regular
Exactly.
day-to-day business.
Yeah, because configuration is one-time setup. These are day-to-day transactions, and if you can show like once we do inbound, this information is available here. This
Because
information-
Srinivas, when we create the warehouse process type, the warehouse process type is new in EWM. We have the stock type which is new in EWM, right? We don't have the regular unrestricted quality and block. We have the F1, F2, and different stock statuses. So when we configure it, that time I will have to show you in the inbound delivery where all those fields are.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah. Because it's I deal with I am also part of implementation team, and I also deal with because in implementation is not just doing implementation. You have to be at go live support, post go live support. So at least 3 months we support them before it goes to regular support. So the way our company works is that once we into implementation, we will be there for 3 months, and then it will go to regular support. So it's not just implementing. We have to also know which fields. Also, I'm not saying show me everything. It is some critical thing, information on the inbound. The idea is to configuration. Yeah, that is done. Now, once we create inbound delivery, this is the information available here. This is at the header item. If you can spend some more time on that, that will also be great.
Yeah, sure. So that is for sure. I mean, without that, how can we complete the EWM training? I mean, it will be covered in the initial part of the training only. Before we move on to the advanced POST, process-oriented yard management or RFUI, I will first make you familiar with the basic inbound and basic outbound process. And in that, I will explain you which, most of all these fields in the inbound delivery and the outbound delivery. And you can even get the system access, and you can explore more. And in case you have any questions, you can ask me in the next session.
Yeah, obviously we'll have to work more than you, because we want to learn. So we'll have to put more effort than you. Yeah, obviously.
That is true, because WM you have just strict plane replenishment, but in EWM you have 4 types of replenishment. So I will explain you 4 types of replenishment, but in the system I will show you one replenishment, and I will explain you how the other 3 work. So then you need to configure that on your own, and you need to run the scenario. In case you come across any issue, then you can ask me. So we will be having 2 hours session, but after 2 hour session, you may like to do 4 to 5 hours of practice. I mean, the more you practice, the more you will be perfect. Right?
Yeah, very true. Very true.
And
Yeah, practice,
Sai Prakash,
practice is the key. Because I know, because when I started WM, I had a lot of questions from users. I was not able to answer. Then I realized that it's not just configuration I have to do. I also be equally strong in the end user transactions also.
yeah, that is true. Because end users
End
are
user,
going to ask you transaction from their point of view only. They
obviously,
will
they're not
ask you
going to ask you
very
configuration.
basic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody
But,
asked you
in case-
configuration. Yeah.
No, nobody is going to ask the configuration, but in case you come across any issue in the hypercare, then the first check is the configuration. If the
Yeah.
configuration was done correctly or not.
Exactly. See, configuration comes like there are 2 types of issues. One is configuration means that will be taking time, but end user will ask that I want to see this information. How will I get this information? This is not whereas what is not working. It's not necessarily that it's a configuration issue, but it might be some process they might be doing some wrong.
Yeah, that
So
is true.
I realized in my career that it's not just configuration. You also have to be strong in the end user transactions. That's what I
Yes, correct. Okay, and Sai Prakash, do you have any questions?
As of now, no.
Hello guys, will you please share me your contact number and email ID so I can share you the course content?
Sure. Can you send us an email? I'll reply to that. I see your email. Yeah,
Yeah,
I see your.
yeah.
I'll send you that email. Yeah, I'll
You can
send
just-
you.
Thank you. And Prakash, he also.
Okay, then shall we close the demo?
Yes, I'll be sharing the email and requested details. Yes, before closing, Jai Kumar, I have a small normal question. Post completion of our training session, do we have any reference on EWM jobs or what else?
So that, I mean, job part, Zahir will be able to answer. I mean, from my side, I can complete the training, and I can conduct some mock interviews in case you want.
Jay, Jay, one more thing that are you going to provide the study material, right?
Yes, I am going to provide the study material.
Study material and live training. And okay, and server access we can discuss. And yes, so if you're looking for your DOM as well, so I can provide the DOM. Okay, so don't worry, it will be genuine DOM. So you'll get DOM as well along with the study material.
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Jay, yeah, we'll provide the DOM as well, certification exam DOM. Okay, so during the
Okay,
time
okay.
of training.
He's telling he'll provide dumps. I think you talked about certification. That's why he's saying he will provide dumps, genuine dumps, so that more chances of clearing certification. More chances of clearing certification.
I'm saying the certification
Okay,
exam.
okay.
Exactly.
I think he was asking something certification exam, right?
The dumps are
No,
basically
no.
questions
Oh, ABAP dump.
which might come. Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Okay, I
No,
thought
no.
something different.
No, I,
Anyway, so we'll also going to provide the certification exam now. Uh, and remaining part study material and live training for access that I will take care. So we're going to start the batch as soon as possible once you are registered. So Jay, how soon we'll start this? Is it coming Saturday?
Yeah, we can start based on the comfortable time, the time convenient to everybody. We can start. We can even start on the weekdays, and if you are comfortable on the weekend, then we can even start on the weekend morning or evening session.
Okay, and also it will be a daily session or alternate days or only on weekends, or it's our convenience.
So if you want daily session, then we can have it say 1 hour daily. Or if you want a weekend session, then we can have it say 2 hours Saturday and 2 hours Sunday.
Okay.
We'll provide both the batches. Okay, there's two batches, which weekdays and weekends. As per your convenient, you can connect, and the time will decide. Jay, yeah, I think you can share the time for weekend batch. Uh, and about Srinivas, let me know your time as well. And Prakash.
Yeah, I will mention in the email about my
Okay.
timings and other things.
Okay, time zone and all
And,
these things.
yeah, all the things. Yeah. So I would mention. So let's see. I mean, it's I say I work from home nowadays. Everybody's working from home, so we have to just see how many students are there, and then based on that we can decide.
Oh, oh.
Thank you so much, guys. I have a meeting.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Jay, and thanks. Thanks. I don't know, Jay. Who?
Yeah, please share me email. Okay, so we'll discuss about complete detail this course.
Sure.
Fees and all.
Thank you.